what I'd like to talk about today are the changes that we've made on the axle system on the Rawhide Portable Corral. In 2009, when I developed the processor with the transport wheels that hydraulically raise and lower so customers didn't have to take their wheels off like we had to do with the classic Rawhide Portable Corral, we had a pivot point at the front of the axle situation that in time, bouncing through pastures with customers, with the weight of the corrals, we had a little bit of fatigue and we had some things break on customers. So what I decided to do was beef up the pivot situation with a heavy duty rod bearing for our pivot. And after doing that, I decided that a better way to protect all that was taking place at the back end of our corral was to have some kind of a torsion suspension. And as I've researched things to do this with my product, which is essentially an axle-less axle on my corral, because we don't have an axle that goes all the way through the mainframe to the opposite side, there is now some new technology that has an axle-less torsion suspension. So I have incorporated that into our axle pivot situation that we have on the Rawhide Portable Corral. And we now have a patented torsion suspension. So we're the only portable corral on wheels that has a patented suspension of any kind. And with this suspension, we mount that to the bottom of our axle situation, which raises and lowers to take your transport wheels from the ground to the up position so you can roll your panels from your mainframe. And another thing we've been able to do with this is the way this suspension is mounted to our axle, we're bolted with 4 bolts. 4 bolts that have washers, that if you have a situation where your tires become towed in or towed out, your tire is leaning, you can adjust those things. What we'd had happen in the past with the Rawhide was folks driving maybe a little too fast in their pastures. The fatigue that happened with some of the metal that we've built things out of moved a little bit, and therefore we had some guys going down the road and created some uneven wear in their tires because of things that had happened. So I've decided to battle this 2 ways, by putting the torsion suspension on here, which makes a huge difference in the noise that you would hear maybe bouncing down the road or in a pasture from the panels, but it also protects the manufacturing of this, the square tubing, the round tubing, everything that we use to develop this back end cage is now protected because of the torsion suspension. So it's given us a couple of different ways to protect this back end and to protect the equipment from any kind of fatigue from bouncing through pastures. Because in the years since I've invented this product, I have gradually made each corral we have the possibilities of making each corral larger and larger. And with that, it became heavier and heavier. So this is my way of protecting all of that. And I feel a game changer for my product as a portable corral on wheels. On all of the Rawhide Portable Corral processors, as well as our Rancho Deluxe, our new 800 head capacity portable corral, with the add of the torsion suspension, all of those corrals are now going to have trailer brakes. We've built the processor since 2009 without trailer brakes because we felt we didn't have the need for it because of the weight of the corral in the early days. But now that these corrals have gotten heavier, it's a need for a pickup truck to have a little help from the corral.